It's a very hearty welcome to another edition of the Star Good Morning Show here on Star Television. We broadcasting live from our Media One Center 3, Mama Street, Brookfields in Freetown. Today being Tuesday, the 14th of September 2020. My name is Abdul Rahman Kamara. Our inspirational quote for today comes from Robert Frost, who says, "In 3 words, I can sum up everything I have learned about life." It goes on. Top stories in the program. As it calls for stronger partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security, including well-meaning Sierra Leoneans to leverage on the potentials in the agricultural sector, the Chief Executive Officer, Makarifo Development Association, Colonel Mohammed Bona Shaka Kamara, who doubles as a Director of Legal Affairs in the Ministry of Defense, says agriculture plays a critical role in a given economy, providing employment opportunities to a very large percentage of the population. The Human Capital Institute Sierra Leone has emerged as a business consulting house conceived as a platform for rendering specialized consulting service in the segment of management consultancy, ICT, and organizational development consultancy. I have with me in the studio to discuss generally on their services, including an upcoming training on employment, finding employment, is Fatukabu Marketing Officer, Human Capital Institute, Zainab Mansoure, Communication and Advocacy Officer, and Aruna Bangura, Marketer, all of them from the HCI. Great to have you both in the studio.
Thank you.
We can bring you highlights of our hours of dailies, including sports, but remember you can be part of this program by sending us messages to the number 077-600-324 or commenting below our Facebook Live video. The Star Good Morning Show is proudly sponsored by Rokel Commercial Bank.
Going to the bank is not always convenient, but Rokel Commercial Bank has made life easier. I can instantly transfer money to my sister at the university. She can now pay her fees. My wife doesn't need to travel to the bank to check her balance, giving her more time to pamper herself. Even my mother manages her account with LC Bank internet banking at home. Now she can pay the bills online. She has more time to cater for others. Thanks to Rokel Commercial Bank online banking and Rokel SIM Corpo, you have instant access and control of your account. Save time and enjoy the little things in life. Rokel Commercial Bank, the bank of choice. Going to the bank is not always convenient, but Rokel Commercial Bank has made life easier. I can instantly transfer money to my sister at the university. She can now pay her fees. My wife doesn't need to travel to the bank to check her balance, giving her more time to pamper herself. Even my mother manages her account with LC Bank internet banking at home. Now she can pay the bills online. She has more time to cater for others. Thanks to Rokel Commercial Bank online banking and Rokel SIM Corpo, you have instant access and control of your account. Save time and enjoy the little things in life. Rokel Commercial Bank, the bank of choice. Going to the bank is not always convenient, but Rokel Commercial Bank has made life easier. I can instantly transfer money to my sister at the university. She can now pay her fees. My wife doesn't need to travel to the bank to check her balance, giving her more time to pamper herself. Even my mother manages her account with LC Bank internet banking at home. Now she can pay the bills online. She has more time to cater for others. Thanks to Rokel Commercial Bank online banking and Rokel SIM Corpo, you have instant access and control of your account. Save time and enjoy the little things in life. Rokel Commercial Bank, the bank of choice. Going to the bank is not always
Mostly on behalf of management and staff of Media One Center, which comprise Star Television, Star Radio and Standard Times newspaper, we want to heartily congratulate the management of Rokel Commercial Bank for marking 23 years since the transition from Barclays Bank to Rokel Commercial Bank. One of the banks that has been proud to many Sierra Leoneans. Let's go for our top story. As a call for stronger partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security, including well-meaning Sierra Leoneans to leverage on the potentials in the agricultural sector, the Chief Executive Officer of Makarifo Development Association, Colonel Mohammed Bona Shaka Kamara, who doubles as a Director of Legal Affairs in the Ministry of Defense, says agriculture plays a critical role in the given economy, providing employment opportunity to a very large percentage of the population. He made a statement at the official launch of the Makarifo Agricultural Development Project in the Western Area Rural District on Saturday, September 10, where he also provided scholarship to school pupils. Here's a report.
Given his welcome address, the Chief Executive Officer, Makarifo Development Association, Colonel Mohammed Bona Shaka Kamara, who doubles as a Director of Legal Affairs in the Ministry of Defense, noted his initial desire to making agriculture a source of economic livelihood. The key challenges, according to Colonel MBS Kamara, that is contributing to low agricultural production in Sierra Leone is the absence of adequate financial resources to invest in the venture. He noted that to be able to produce much, the farmer needs a lot of funds to plow large tracts of lands, acquire the best seeds, and apply fertilizer that will increase both production and productivity yield.
Agricultural Development Organization, we formed some 5 years ago. The aim now for bring together the community, because the community people then go and work but they don't get support. So we come in, I get small support from one friend, one Madam Alice, who they support me. We bring them together for do upland and inland valley swamp. The rest where they see so is now upland. Yeah, now.
Next year, if the rest stay, Nigeria will not plant them. So that rest day, some of them come and think they go plant. So next year, the program is for you to get a community program, community farm, way now for the villagers.
The Chief of Defense Staff of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Peter K. Lavahun, commended the effort of Colonel MBS Kamara while appreciating the fact that agriculture is the main source of national income for most developing countries, noting that with a huge potential in the agricultural sector, it will help to reduce countries' unfavorable balance of payments as well as saving foreign exchange that will be used to import other essential inputs, machineries, raw materials and other infrastructure that is helpful for the support of the country's economic development.
Farming are one key thing that the country will support the country because we got the export nothing. That will be struggle. But if we all those days who small the gap, no matter the do small garden and the backyard. So if you wait, if I make pass bed, you want small vegetable, if you pass then okra, small potato, you can't cook them. But these days, with okra not come out, the potato come out, kabala, we buy and put up. So I'm happy about it that maybe brother done. And we can't say hope is really hardest. Not me say you come on, I don't know if you develop. Which is all the things say it had in now. So meaning it had in a Makarifo village. So we want to put down that. And see, this way don't do not for instance, but really, but I get this place. Tomorrow, if you decide to change your mind, say, I will go to the village, and then when you go, they still have this big way of that. Which I don't know over the period, even our villagers, which say they do small garden there. But the youth there, which is not what they're interested in now these days. If you go to the village now, if I like, when I'm a neighbor, I go to the village, even when you talk to my neighbor, to me, bro, period, and they talk to me.
The Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security, who is a guest of honor at the official launch of the Makarifo Agricultural Development Project, Dr. Abubakar Karim, noted that agriculture accounts for more than half of Sierra Leone's GDP. It is the largest employer with over 80% of the population working in the sector and 2/3 of the population involved in subsistence agriculture, noting that Sierra Leone is not self-sufficient in food as rice is one of Sierra Leone's biggest imports, accounting for billions of leones every year in importation. Dr. Karim further noted that the agricultural sector contributes to marketable surplus as many people engage in manufacturing, mining as well as other non-agricultural sectors as the nations develop. All these individuals rely on production that they might meet from the nation's marketable surplus. As agricultural sector development takes place, production increases and this leads to expansion of marketable surplus that will be exported to other nations. He commended the effort of Colonel MBS Kamara for the bold initiative in developing agriculture that is top in the government's new direction agenda and pledged to support the projects with a power tiller machine.
You know, God bless we as a nation. The amount of land alone will God give we. Other countries than they, the so-called big powers that they fed for the land and they land nothing. Even China, when at China, we now deal with the harbor far and they give you rest, we buy rest from them. They get serious challenge for letting get the type of land we get. As a country, we get over 5 million hectares of land, way now for agricultural purpose. What the president is saying, we don't really get any business for begin import foodstuff in this country. We don't get any business for begin import rice in this country.
It could be recalled that as the drive towards sustainable rice production continues to be a priority under the New Direction administration, the government of Sierra Leone on 22nd January 2021 welcomed a small group of experts from South Africa to conduct 230,000 hectare area land mapping and surveying exercise in Rumbi, Tomabom and Kumra by Mamela in urgent preparation to kickstart the 54 million United Arab Emirates Fund on rice projects. The official launch of the agricultural project was climaxed with a presentation of scholarships to school people, carefully selected based on some economic consideration, with a visit to the farm site by invited dignitaries. Abdul Rahman Kumar reporting.
As a business consulting house, conceived as a platform for rendering specialized consulting services in the segment of management consultancy, ICT and organizational development. We've been in the studio to discuss generally on the services provided, including the upcoming training in fresh graduates and finalists from universities, college and Tech Voc on finding employment. Fatu Kago, Marketing Officer, HCI, Zainab N. Mansari, Communication and Advocacy Officer, and Aruna Bangura, a marketer. Great to have you both in the studio. Let me start off with you, Zainab. Generally, when we talk of the Human Capital Institute, based on what I've just highlighted on the services you guys are providing, what are we talking about?
Well, basically, when we talk of Human Capital Institute Sierra Leone, it's a social enterprise that deals with youth and women empowerment. And this empowerment is done through capacity building by providing enabling employable skills to empower them and to make them do better in the job markets by marketing them. And also we're doing business consultancy, as you mentioned. We're doing business consultancy, and our consulting services is backed by professionals in their respective core areas like selections, training, learning and development, HR advisory and consultancy, job board advertising, and many more. So these are the things that we're doing in the Human Capital Institute, HCI-SL.
Okay. Now the indication is you guys will be holding, provide an upcoming training for fresh graduates and finalists. We're all aware that the question of unemployment still remains is looming large in our society. Even those that graduated from university, they find it pretty much difficult to even get jobs. And it's as a result of these social problem that you're conducting a training for fresh graduates and finalists from universities, colleges, and tech. Let me bring this to just take us through why you're coming up with straight training.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. This training program we embark on is a learning and development training, which include accelerating employability skills for fresh graduates, university students, and Tech Voc. These training programs include all young people who are suffering from employment, because in Sierra Leone, it is one of the most important things. People have the degrees, but they don't have the capacity, skill building, and it is one of the access of Human Capital Institute. And as a capacity building institution, it is our core priority to provide those skills for fresh graduate and final year students. And that is why this training program is very important.
Are you aware, as an institute, some of the problems that graduates do face, especially when they're coming from the university, they find it extremely difficult again to actually get jobs?
Yes, sir, we are aware. And that is why we are coming up with these training programs.
What are some of the things that you've learned that is causing them this problem over the years?
Yes, sir. Most of the reason for them to be employed is because they lack writing skills. Writing skills in a way, some of them don't know how to write a CV letter, a cover letter, and also...
So in this aspect, it counts a lot?
Yes, sir, it counts a lot, because as a university graduate, it does not mean after finding a degree, you'll be employed. It is not here. That is why we'll be coming up with this training. And writing skills include how to write a minute, how to write a report, and also it includes capacity building. As a youth, as an employer, for you to make yourself stand out, you need to capacitate yourself in these writing skills, which will empower you for you to make a market job outside.
And these are things that you don't learn in college?
Yes, sure, it is it.
So the training is going to provide them this opportunity?
Exactly so, exactly so.
Now we're pretty much aware as to who the beneficiaries are. These are fresh graduates and finalists.
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Now, how are you going to do the selection process of having them to be trained?
Yeah, we'll be having people that are experienced, skills in human capacity building. We'll be having entrepreneurs, people who have been in the field. We are not going to be teaching them all about theory. We're talking about the practical aspect, where you will be sitting them down, telling them this is what you'll be doing. If you do this right, then you'll be out of job. And this job won't come to you. You need to go and find them. Job seeking, networking, you need to network. In every way you do things, you need to network. The more you network, the more connection you have with your employee. And the employers are not going to be there sitting and say, okay, I'm going to employ you. You need to go out there, start for job yourself, making use of the opportunity, using your skills, equip yourself. That is why we'll be coming up with this training.
Use the social media as well?
Yes, sir.
Now, again, I come to my initial question. How did you come to have those selected for this training? Do they pay for the training, or is
Yes,
it a free
sir.
service?
Yes, they pay for the training. This training will be in a minimum cost of 5,000 yuans, and which is we're embarking on breakfast, lunch, and a distribution of certificate. We'll be going to certify them because that certificate will also stand as a referee for them to take to their different employers. If you be employed, you will use that certificate as a referee. I've been through the Human Capital Institute, and this is what they offer me because I do not have a degree. I also have the skills for this job.
So you combine both now?
Yes.
Now, tell me, the challenge of unemployment. There are times many people talk of unemployment. They hardly go very close to talking of employability, the skills that you have for one to become, an employee in an institution. For instance, we've seen a situation like the operation of the former African minerals, where even drivers were employed. Instead of recruiting drivers from Sierra Leone, they take them from South Africa, Ghana, you name them, because they have the wherewithal to actually see. What is causing our problem here in Sierra Leone?
Yeah, like I highlighted before, these are some of the reasons why most young people, final year students, with all their degrees, they are unemployed because they lack some of the skills like teamwork and self-management. Teamwork and self-management involves you going out for a job, getting yourself equipped to your co-workers, asking things you need to know, things that you should be done at the office. These things are not being taught in colleges, universities, and so on. So we do practical things. These are some of the reasons why most people in Sierra Leone, youth, are unemployed. And also interpersonal skills, communication. Most young people do not know how to communicate. They lack communication skills. because they are not taught in universities. These are all reasons why most of them are unemployed, because they do not know how to communicate properly.
Okay, I see your colleague perhaps you just want to add something, yeah?
And in that capacity building aspect, we know that to have a degree, a qualification, or your experience is a one thing, but you having a skill is another thing. Because many employers now are looking for skills that goes beyond just having a qualification or just having a degree. I think that's another thing that is limiting, quote unquote, where they say, "Oh, not get job because we get qualification, but we don't get job." But you lack skills, because there are thousands of graduates that are graduating every year. So you have to have a thing that will make you stand out from all of this.
Yes, Amaka.
Yeah, so Aruna Bangura.
Yeah, Aruna, yeah, sorry.
So that is why we as HCI, which is the Human Capital Institute at Leone, we've identified those potential problems, and also we definitely tend to bring solutions in combating those problems of unemployment. And we've discovered that the reason or the lack of skills from fresh graduates and also final year students has led to the increase of unemployment rate in Sierra Leone. So that is why, in as much we've identified those problems, we have experts in different professional areas which renders training that has to do with time management, that has to do with management skills, that has to do with public speaking skills, communication skills, office ethics, and others. So we do this in order to capacitate those fresh graduates so at least they will be in that kind of position to best fit in various employment interests or in their career path, and also to aid them for them to have a retention in their various career paths or maybe the job that they might find themselves into. So we have submit valuable deliverables to our clients to our professional expatriates. So if I can add to that, I think we as HCI, we definitely provide such service in ensuring we combat the unemployment rate in Sierra Leone.
So some fresh graduates watching the telling now, listening to what you guys are saying, one may be interested to ask, how can I get in touch with the institute if I want to be a beneficiary of this particular training, and where the training is going to take place, and from what period to another period, from what period to another.
Okay, this training program is going to take place at number 18 Upper Brook Street, Freetown, or you can contact us through our telephone number 076-197-271, or you can visit our website at www.hci-sl.org. And to be surprised, this training is going to take place in November from the 7th to the 9th. It's going to be a phased training which includes 3 different weeks, from the 7th to the 9th, from the 14th to the 16th, and also from the 21st to the 23rd. So we are encouraging all fresh graduates, finalists, you people writing your dissertation, you need to be there because it entails a lot. I have a testimony and I will be there also because I've been at the past training of the Human Capital Institute 2019.
And this is where you got attracted.
Oh yes, that's why I ended up liking it, so yes.
Yeah. You want to say something on the aspect of where perhaps I enroll myself for this particular training. Is there any possibility that I will, or it could be a smoother way for me to get employment at HCI?
No, we are not. To be safe, let me just clear that here. We are not going to be employing people, capacitate people, because there is not enough space at HCI. We are not there to keep young people. We train people. That is why we are called human capital. We capitalize people, develop them to be entrepreneurs, business-minded, business-oriented young people. That is why we are there. We are not there to keep them.
Okay. I mean, it will interest so many people again to ask a question as to whether you just limited this exercise within the capital city, because as we speak, it's also about the youths that are unemployed in the capital city. You go to Bou, you go to Kenema, so many places. This is very deep challenge for even the government. And the supervisory ministry, like the Ministry of Youth Affairs, they're finding it extremely difficult. Little wonder that they've introduced what they call the NYS, the National Youth Scheme, by way of addressing all of these upcoming challenges. So do you intend going up country?
Yes, sir, sure.
To actually provide such a training service for other people that are yearning to see what will come forth as a result of your action?
Yes, sir. This training program includes both in Freetown and up countries. It's a Sierra Leone program, so everyone is included. That is why we'll be having internal and external speakers that are well experienced, not only in Sierra Leone. People that are Sierra Leoneans that have went to the US, overseas, that have the idea of what they can deliver, and they have the deliverables.
How does entrepreneurship fit into this entire exercise? Because we're seeing where people coming from the university, their expectation is immediately have been decorated with my degree, they have to convocation the next day. That could be a phone card for me to get a job. It has never been this. It has never been the case. So what will you say about startup capital, where perhaps you develop an idea, self-employment in this case? Are you looking forward to actually, help in development of entrepreneurship?
Yes, of course, because we've noticed and notified that unemployment rate is a global problem. And definitely you as a young graduate, you having a degree doesn't mean that it's not a recipe for you to acquire a very lucrative job, because even the government cannot be able to be in that position to employ.
Apologies, and most young people from going to classrooms.
Oh yes.
Yes. Yes.
They want to sit in their offices, having their ties on. I've got a very big job. Within the next 6 months, what really comes to mind is for me to have a very posh car, live a life, a better life, that's, all of these things. But that is not the case. Yes.
So definitely, that is why we as HCI-SL, we are not only limiting them for them to acquire a job, we are also preparing their mindset for them to become entrepreneurs. Definitely how they can take risks in doing various business of their choice. Because we tend to realize that entrepreneurship normally is not being taught in different schools or universities. What they teach people is about how they should acquire a degree and find a job. But we as HCI, we are empowering them for them to be in that kind of capacity to develop a business on their choice.
So in actual fact, it is now becoming practically real that the things you learn to empower yourself, you don't learn them in college. You learn them outside of the university. Am I right?
Yes.
What is the anticipated outcome of this particular training you're going to hold from the 7th to the 9th of November? What do you expect to be the positive outcome of this particular training?
Well, then, the positive outcome will be, it will also enable you to stand as a competitive outside others. You'll be stand out because you don't only have a degree, you also have the skill for that particular job. And it also lessen the burden of an employer, because I'm not going to employ someone who has only a degree and cannot do the job. And I will not be coming and telling you this is what you should do and this is what you should not do. So this training program will be a platform for young people, fresh graduates and finalists, to know their do's and don'ts at the office or as an employee.
Okay.
And also,
I'm just looking to know whether you touch on something very important.
yeah.
Just looking to know whether it's only limiting this opportunity to university graduates and finalists.
Yes, sir, because they are most core area for now, because 1,000 of students are graduating every year from the university, and they are just sitting at their houses doing nothing. Some of them
not even how to write a petition.
Yeah, some of them we ask them, I've submitted 5 CV and they have not come in. Who does that? Is it because you do not do it in the proper way? Because if you do it the proper way, one way or the other will be contacted. I will not be sit at my house and then expect an employer to come and meet me and say, come and have this job. You should come and meet me, meet the right people, go into places where you meet people of high society that you distribute yourself to. Skill empowerment. That is why the Human Capital Institute is here to render their services.
Okay. Fatou Kabo, Marketing Officer, Zaida Mansari, Communication Advocacy Officer, and Aruna Bangura. Initially I called you Abubakar, I thought of my son, Abubakar, but don't mind me. Let me go over to my studio technicians to just give us a highlight of where the newly appointed Chief of Defense Staff of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Peter K. Lavahon, was honorably decorated by no less especially His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio. The ceremony held at State House.
That has been placed on your shoulders to lead the police and to lead the military. At a time in the world when things are not very steady, we have emerging and overlapping issues. We have to rise up to this task. The police are in the forefront on a daily basis to maintain law and order, to keep the peace, whilst the armed forces defends the territorial integrity of our nation. These are by no means mean tasks. That's why I call them weighty. But today, God has placed you in those positions to defend the people of this country and our territory, and also to provide a space for us to be peaceful. Recent events have shown us that we have people who are determined and bent on disturbing our peace, our harmony, dividing us along political lines, killing others. I want to also use this opportunity to express my condolences to all of those who lost their lives in the August 10th extreme violence saga that took place in Freetown.
And for the confidence reposed in me and the leadership of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, as demonstrated by the promotion of general ranking officers, I'm humbled by this honor. I would like to thank your government and people of Sierra Leone for their trust in the HCI-SL. Officers, men and women of the armed forces are very grateful for the confidence reposed in me to assume the responsibility for the full command and administration of the HCI-SL. This confidence, with God on my side, will not be misplaced. Let me especially thank the Minister for Defense and his Deputy for their political guidance, and to the Director General and the MS branch of the Ministry for making sure that this investiture ceremony is realized today, even at a very short notice. So with boundless gratitude for the confidence placed in me, and with an unswerving resolve to honor that trust, I wish to extend my deepest appreciation to your leadership as our Commander-in-Chief, and to assure you of our loyalty and commitment to you, the government, and people of this country.
Lieutenant General Peter K. Lavahon is the newly appointed Chief of Defense Staff of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. General Lavahon was enlisted into the Armed Forces in November 1988 at Daru Barracks and was commissioned as an infantry officer on the 24th July 1991 at the Benguima Training Center, now the Armed Forces Training Center. The newly appointed Chief of Defense Staff has had a very distinguished military career. He has held key leadership positions in which his command and control, human and resource management skills, military knowledge, strategic management, and ability to manage defense and national security have been tested. Lieutenant General Peter K. Lavahon has set himself apart with his high sense of integrity, professionalism, respect for diversity, and uncanny ability to build trust and teamwork within the Army. General Peter K. Lavahon takes up office with the requisite experience needed to command HCI-SL as Chief of Defense Staff. Prior to his appointment as Chief of Defense Staff, he ensured the development of force capability for the conduct of military and intelligence-led operations at the Joint Force Commander, with direct operational command and control of all land, air, and sea, engineering and medical components of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. He has a wealth of experience on operational and personnel issues, having also served as Assistant Chief of Defense Staff, Personnel and Provost Marshal. Lieutenant General Peter K. Lavahon assumes office with a set goal regarding the future direction of HCI-SL. He's passionate about ensuring the continued credibility and democratic accountability of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, while maintaining the flexibility of the force to deliver on its defense mission and military task. Being a graduate of the Defense Institute of International Legal Studies, General Leone extols civil-military relation and will continue to build on the mutual understanding, trust, and respect that exists between the RSLAF and its civilian counterparts. The incoming CDS is a distinguished graduate of Frabe College, University of Sierra Leone, and holds a master's degree in Peace and Development Studies from Jalal University and a master's in Military Science and Strategic Studies from the National Defense University, China. Additionally, is an eminent graduate of the Defense Institute of International Legal Studies, United States of America. General Leone has attended several military courses, among which are Senior Command and Staff course from the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, National Security course at the International College of Defense Studies, China, African Cooperation for Decision Makers course, Egypt. Moreover, General Leone is a veteran of the Sierra Leone Civil War and a proud recipient of several honors and awards, some of which are Commander of the Order of the Roquel and Long Service and Good Conduct Medal. Lieutenant General Peter K. Leone is a highly motivated, experienced and result-oriented general ranking military officer with a distinguished record of selfless and loyal service to the state, spanning a period of over 3 decades. He is a respecter of diversity and equal opportunity and a strong advocate of democratic oversight. A product of Christ the King College, General Leone is happily married and the union is blessed with children.
The development of human capital, something this political administration prides itself in the development growth trajectory of a country. Let me come over to you. What does it mean finding a mentor that will help you to accelerate your career growth? Is that part of another process in the development of the self?
Yeah, it is part of the process of this learning also, because with the Human Capital Institute, it also be serving as a mentorship programs for young people and fresh graduates.
I look myself, while coming into this profession, there are specific people I look at. I anticipate being like them. If you're a student of sociology, they have what we call anticipatory socialization. Not that type of reverse socialization. I want to be like Madam Zaina. I want to be like Umar Fofana. I want to be like any journalist, a bigger journalist in this country. Could that help in this regard?
Yes, it can.
The development of the self?
Yes, it can.
Okay. Again, what does it mean for one to actually take charge of your career by way of making a lot of connection? You don't just sit by put it in a better word, or for want of better word, when I come to college, FBC or Jala, I just can't sit down. You understand? I don't get anything, and I wait for this job. Is that what, does that help?
Yes, sir, it helps. And also we are in that also as a Human Capital Institute development, because we are embarking on this learning and due to those reasons that you mentioned earlier.
On the marketing aspect, Rona, how do you normally traverse by way of letting people to understand what you guys are doing at the Human Capital Institute, Sierra Leone?
Okay, thank you very much. The Human Capital Institute, Sierra Leone, is not only a social enterprise, it also has emerged as a consulting house, rendering efficient services in various segments of management consultancy that has to do with human resource management, that has to do with business advisory consultancy, that has to do with ICT and other organizational development management consultancy. And we also embark on the marketing aspect. We do both digital marketing and traditional marketing. So our marketing aspect in the traditional way, we help business with the intention to expand their customer reach and also to meet their customer satisfaction and expectations. However, definitely we provide services like search engine optimization, we provide keywords for businesses for them to have a lead generation, and also we help them to optimize their keyword that we can place for them in the Google Analytics.
I see a specialist talking.
Yes, sir.
Yes, go on.
And also we monitor and also improve existing content of their business undertakings. Yeah.
On the traditional front.
On the digital.
No, on the traditional front.
On the traditional front.
Do you go door to door?
Yeah, we do corporate
like what
marketing.
I see.
We do corporate marketing as well.
Access Bank are doing like UBA and
sure.
We also do that. We also do face-to-face marketing.
Face-to-face marketing.
And
it's yielding the required dividend.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a potential outcome that we normally acquired in doing such approach. Yeah, because we are doing business with so many organizations like the BRAC, etc., etc.
Okay. When normally you're done with the training of these fresh graduates and finalists, how do you go about with monitoring them to know their development trend? You just say, when I go for God's sake, or you keep track of them by way of how they could succeed in the future?
Yes. So definitely there's a performance appraisal approach that the management normally undertake in ensuring that we produce competent employees that can best fit into various positions of their career path in their organization so far. So in engaging in performance appraisal, we track their performance annually or monthly based on the approach they are taking in the business or maybe in their internship program. And meanwhile, we are not only limiting them to the theoretical aspect, we expose them to the practicality of the job performance management aspect.
Maybe this could be a rather policy statement, but I was looking at where you guys would have partnering with the Ministry of Youth Affairs or the National Youth Commission to see how you can merge your efforts together by way of addressing some of these challenges. Maybe it will come from the higher hierarchy. But do you have any idea?
Yes, sir, we have an idea and we're working towards that. It's a planning process because the training program will take place in November. And that is why the Human Capital Institute is open for partnership with the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Youth, the Ministry of Education, and so on and so forth, and other institutions for sponsorship also. We are open for sponsorship because this program is not only based for the human capital, it's also based for Sierra Leoneans as well.
You have something to say? Okay. Now, the program starts November 7th to
the 23rd.
Yes. Is it a call to application, or you when I come, I pay my fees, then I become a beneficiary of the program?
It is a call for application. We apply.
You apply?
Yes, sir.
How many applicants have you so far received?
We have not received any applicants yet. As
this
now.
is just a start.
Yes, it's just a start of the program.
What's the target number that you're looking out for?
300.
300?
Yes, sir.
Those 300, they will be expecting lecturers from senior lecturers from the Institute of Public Administration, from a college, and in diverse fields.
Yes, sir.
And also from the, different managers in different institutions that will be giving them some management skills and to put them in the position for them to best fit in their organization that they can find themselves in the future.
If I want to find you, the institute, I come again, where can I get you guys?
You can contact us at our address, which is at number 18 Upper Brook Street, Freetown, or through the telephone number 076 197 271, or to our website, which is www.hci-SL.org.
You say you're a product of this particular training?
Oh yes, I am.
So how did you get yourself into HCI?
HCI has been it has been a very good experience for me. I've been there as an intern and now I'm an employee. So I'm grateful for the Human Capital Institute. They have capacitated me. Now I can walk through my field as a marketer, also as an employee because of the Human Capital Institute.
Generally, what are some of the challenges in marketing, such an initiative project?
Yeah.
Are there any?
Yeah, there are some challenges that we've experienced in doing various marketing approach. It has to do with both traditional way and also the digital platform. As in the traditional form, definitely there are some drawbacks in which we normally encounter some rejection from various business, and also the ability for them to subscribe to our product, because definitely some of them will not be in that kind of approach for them to subscribe to us as a result of the cost that may be incurred. But actually we are rendering a particular service in marketing aspect which is less cost effective.
Do you normally break the yoke of where perhaps as a student you allow them to go without knowing some of the difficulties they may encounter even when they would have wrapped up in their university studies? This is practically to say, as an institute, do you hold public lectures at Frabe College, IPAM, Jala, the University of Unimark, to tell the student that this is what you should expect? It is not automatic that when you graduate, you get the job, and you must prepare their mind. Do you normally go for outdoor public lectures?
No,
or public engagement?
No, for now.
No, it has never been. Or
but we intend to do that. Yes,
thinking about it. We don't seem to be having much time left in the studio, as I said. My guests, what perhaps could be some of your conclusive remarks? I start with Fatou Kabo. What would be your conclusive remark? What would be Zainab Mansari and Haruna Bangura? I start with you.
Okay, my remark is that as a youth, we should all try to engage in this training. At least come on board, because your education may make you eligible to employ for a job, but it will not give you the conviction that you will have a job, or you will be successful in doing it, or you'll be able to retain it. But by you having these skills, will capacitate you, will build you up for what you're about to meet next in doing your job search, in doing your job search. So that's why we are doing these skills, and we're advising all youth and young people to come on board for this training, because we'll be teaching on communication skills, how to do a CV letter and a resume, how to do an interview, how you should dress, you should present yourself for an interview. Those are all fallbacks, so those are all fallbacks. Yeah, those are all fallbacks. So we are encouraging all youth to come on board. As you can see me now, I'm here as a youth, and that is due to what the effect of Human Capital Institute. I've been groomed there, coached, and all. So that's my final word.
So, quote unquote, you know they go for interview, then you go begin a ching gum before.
Oh yes, so on.
So we teach all on that.
Then you summarize your CV, just a page and give to the without no work experience or nothing. Yes, Aruna.
Yeah, so my final word would be, as a young graduate, it will be better for you to utilize this opportunity for you to acquire the required skill and to capacitate you for you to best fit in the organization that you might find yourself. Because as at now, employers are looking for skilled people, not only limiting you to your degree qualification or maybe to your diploma certification actually. So that is why we are conducting these trainings and also doing an internship program for you to have the required skills that would put you in the best position for you to gain competitive advantage in your work or maybe your interview.
Yeah, my final will be to the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Higher Institutions, and also as different sponsors, institutions for sponsorship. We are open for sponsorship in different institutions. You can send in anything.
Especially the banks.
Especially the banks, so yes. We are open for sponsorship. We're looking forward to this great training program which we'll be embarking on. And it's a great help for Sierra Leone as a nation.
And the application opens now?
Yes, the application are open now. You can contact us at our address number 18 Upper Brook Street from Mondays to Fridays, 8:30 to 5:30 in the evening.
So how do you utilize social media platform to actually pass this message that applications there are call for application at the institute for short training opportunity.
Okay, so definitely we normally use our social media platform. We have a LinkedIn page, we have a Facebook page, we have a website, and also we do another social media marketing aspect, that in which we advertise our products, our services, and our training programs to those social media platforms. We also engage in the payroll system through our social media platform, and we also do job advertisements through our social media platform. So if you want to contact us, you can contact us via our website or our Facebook page, or maybe you can reach out to our address at number 18 Upper Brook Street, Freetown.
You left out something very important, the no call extended to telecommunication companies for sponsorship.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. We're calling up all telecom institutions for this, for them to partner with us. It is a great privilege and we are honored.
Okay. I want to respectfully submit by thanking all of you this morning for making it to the Media One Center. Is it your first time being here?
Yes, sir, it's my first time.
Find time to be here regularly.
Oh yes, sure.
Thank you so very much for Tukabo Marketing Officer, HCI, Zainab Mansouri, Communication and Advocacy Officer, and Haruna Bangura, Marketer via social media handler. Thank you so very much. We're looking forward to having you subsequent edition, and when the training commences, we're looking forward to having you again in the studio and give us an outcome of what the trainings will look like. Thank you so very much. Till then, this is how I wrap up today's edition of the program. I have been the presenter of this particular program. My name is Abdul Rahman Kama. The program returns tomorrow. Have a very wonderful